A devoted dad, a custody visit, three little girls who never came home. Their father, armed, trained, and vanished into the wilderness. What happened on that weekend in May, and why can't anyone find him? This is the manhunt for Army dad Travis Decker. It was supposed to be a normal weekend, Friday, May 30th, 2025. School had just let out for the summer. Whitney Decker helped her daughters pack their overnight bags, stuffed animals, favorite pajamas, a few snack bars. They were going to spend the weekend with their dad, Travis, just like they'd done dozens of times before. Travis Decker arrived at 4:15 p.m. in his white GMC Sierra. He looked tired, unshaven, but smiled when the girls ran into his arms. Whitney noticed he was quieter than usual, something about the way he avoided eye contact. She watched as her daughters climbed into the back seat. Peyton, 9, Evelyn, 8, Olivia, just 5. They buckled in, blew kisses, and then they were gone. By 8 p.m. they were supposed to be home. Whitney waited. 8:15, nothing. She called, straight to voicemail. 8:30, 9, midnight, still no answer. At 6:15 the next morning, Whitney filed a missing persons report. Police began canvassing. No activity on Travis's bank accounts, no phone pings. Surveillance caught his truck heading east, but after that, he vanished. What began as a custody handoff had turned into every parent's nightmare. Travis Decker grew up in Wenatchee, Washington, the kind of kid who held the door open for his teachers, who volunteered to help clean up after practice. He loved two things: football and the mountains. In 2010, he enlisted in the U.S. Army straight out of high school, Infantry Division, deployed twice to Afghanistan, decorated for bravery, a soldier's soldier. He was fearless, smart, kept his team calm under pressure. But after that second tour, something was different. He barely spoke, had nightmares, used to shake at sudden noises. Travis came back in 2021, diagnosed with PTSD and borderline personality disorder. He refused consistent treatment, said therapy didn't work, told his family he was fine, but beneath the surface, his mind was deteriorating. People with untreated BPD often live in a state of emotional volatility. Mood swings, fear of abandonment, impulsive decisions. Add PTSD to that, and it becomes a storm inside their mind. Confusion, paranoia, deep depression. He married Whitney in 2013. They had their first daughter a year later. For a while, things were stable. But behind the scenes, their marriage was cracking. Long stretches of silence, explosive arguments, broken promises. In 2022, after an episode where Travis reportedly locked himself in a bathroom for 6 hours, refusing to speak, hyperventilating, Whitney filed for divorce. She said she no longer felt safe leaving the girls with him unsupervised. The divorce finalized in 2023. Whitney got primary custody. Travis had visitation every other weekend. But as his life fell apart, so did his behavior. He stopped showing up to his part-time job, was evicted from his apartment, began sleeping in his truck. You'd see him sitting in the truck outside the park, just staring at the swing set. I once asked if he was okay. He didn't answer, just nodded and kept staring. He was unraveling, slowly, quietly. But when it came to his daughters, he was always punctual, always brought them home on time, until the last time. A decorated soldier, a struggling father, a custody visit that became a national emergency. What was Travis planning all along? June 2nd, just before sunrise, Rock Island Campground, a remote and wooded area east of Wenatchee. Chelan County Deputy Michael McLeod was finishing a routine patrol when something caught his eye. A truck, parked at an angle, hidden behind a thicket of pine. He pulled closer, ran the plates. A match. Travis Decker. The missing father, the missing girls. Inside the vehicle, car seats, crumbs on the floor, a coloring book, but something else too. Blood, smeared faintly on the door. A small child's shoe on the ground outside. Officers arrived and expanded the search perimeter. A K-9 unit picked up a scent and led them downhill, about 150 feet into the woods. There, partially concealed beneath branches and moss, they found them. 3 bodies, Peyton, Evelyn, Olivia, zip-tied at the wrists, plastic bags over their heads, suffocated. They were posed, like he laid them down gently, like he thought he was putting them to sleep. There were no signs of struggle, no blunt force trauma, no gunshots, just silence. Time of death estimated between 6 p.m. and midnight. No defensive wounds. High likelihood the girls were killed while asleep, or too confused to resist. The search for Travis intensified, but at the crime scene, no sign of him. No blood trail, no tracks, as if he vanished. Except ghosts don't leave DNA, and Travis had left a little behind, enough to prove he'd been there, enough to confirm what they feared. Within hours of discovering the bodies, the manhunt for Travis Decker ignites. FBI, U.S. Marshals, state police, local deputies, helicopters roar overhead, drones buzz through the pines, dogs track every ridge. They know what they're up against. Travis Decker isn't just missing, he's trained, infantry-level trained, wilderness survival, seer tactics, camouflage. He knows how to disappear. This isn't some guy with a backpack and a map. This is someone who can live off the land, build shelters, avoid drones, confuse infrared. He knows the rules of the hunt because he was trained to be the hunter. The search radius expands to 50 miles. By day 3, over 200 personnel are deployed. Search grids are laid down with military precision. Food caches are checked. Campgrounds closed. Still, no sign. Then a clue. Blood on the truck's tailgate, DNA confirmed. It's Travis's. It's the only biological trace found at the scene. No suicide note, no indication of injury. Was it a misdirection? A stage drop? This is someone who likely planned this. Whether it was 1 day or 6 months in the making, there are elements of control, placement, escape planning. He didn't run in panic. He vanished with intent. Over the next 5 days, over a dozen tips come in. A figure seen at a gas station, footprints found near a river crossing, a half-eaten ration bar matching military MREs. But each lead fades into fog. No prints, no confirmed sightings, no tracks past a certain elevation. The landscape becomes his ally. The forest turns him into a ghost. Then, 2 weeks in, a blurry figure captured by a trail cam. It's a man, alone, carrying a military duffel, limping. But is it Travis, or just another shadow in the woods? Mid-June, a campground near Twin Lakes. A family hiking through the forest claims they saw someone. A man, unshaven, long hair, backpack. He kept his distance, didn't speak, just watched for a moment, then vanished into the trees. The campers only realized what they may have seen when they got home and turned on the news. They called it in. Authorities arrived within hours, but the trail had gone cold. Then, another call. A store clerk 50 miles east says a man matching Travis' description bought energy bars, a gas can, and a cheap prepaid flip phone. Paid in cash, no security footage. He didn't say much, just nodded, looked hollow, like he wasn't really there. A week later, a hunter's camera trap captures a figure. It's dark, grainy, but the image is unmistakable. A man with a military rucksack, limping slightly head down. No other details visible. It's circumstantial, but the build, gait, and timing all line up. Still, without facial ID or clear imagery, we can't confirm it's Travis. By the end of June, more than 40 unconfirmed sightings are logged, from Idaho, Montana, even as far as Utah, but none stick. He's become an urban legend now. People think they see him everywhere, at a bus stop, in a diner, on a hiking trail. But he's always gone before anyone can prove it. Some say he's dead, his body lost in the wilderness. Others believe he's hiding in plain sight, surviving off-grid, quietly slipping through cracks in the system. But if he is still alive, what's he waiting for? Another strike or redemption? To understand how Travis Decker may have evaded one of the largest manhunts in the Pacific Northwest, we have to look deeper, into his mind. Travis wasn't just hiding, he was surviving. And in his mind, maybe he thought he was still on a mission. SEER training, survival, evasion, resistance, escape. Every infantry soldier goes through it. Travis passed with top scores. He knew how to live off the land, how to avoid surveillance, how to disappear in plain sight. A man in his mental state, facing loss and public humiliation, may revert to what he knows. The woods become the battlefield, law enforcement the enemy. But this isn't just about tactics, it's about motive. Why kill his daughters? Why run? In his mind, this may have been a twisted form of protection, a belief that no one else could have them, that the system betrayed him, so he took back control through an irreversible act. Travis was once a protector, a soldier, a father, but in his collapse, he may have turned that protective instinct into a weapon. He didn't leave behind a manifesto, no diary, no final phone call, only silence, and 3 bodies in the forest. I knew him. We went to high school together. He wasn't evil, but he was broken, and no one fixed him. The longer Travis stays hidden, the more he becomes a myth, a ghost soldier, the kind of story that keeps parents up at night. But even ghosts leave footprints, and Travis Decker somewhere might still be walking among us. As of today, there's still no trace of Travis Decker. The reward for credible information leading to his capture stands at $20,000. Hundreds of tips have poured in, each one followed, verified, dismissed. Authorities continue to search for Travis Decker, a suspect in the killing of his 3 daughters. Search teams have scaled back but haven't stopped. Drones continue to fly over key wilderness zones. Marshals monitor travel hubs and border crossings. But there are no new signs, no digital trail, no paper trail, no body. We can't say if he's dead or alive. We treat this like he's still out there. We owe the victims that much. For Whitney Decker, the girl's mother, the nightmare never ends. She's spoken publicly only once, reading a brief statement at a candlelight vigil. They were my light, my joy, my babies. Please, if you know where he is, say something. Now, an entire town is left waiting, watching the woods and wondering, will they ever see justice? This story isn't just about a manhunt. It's about the systems that fail people, about the warning signs we ignore, about the thin line between protector and predator. Travis Decker wasn't a stranger. He was a father, a veteran, a neighbor. He was someone people trusted, until he wasn't. The question now isn't just where he is, it's how did no one stop this before it happened? And until Travis Decker is found dead or alive, there will be no peace. Not for Whitney, not for the town, not for the memory of 3 innocent girls who never got to grow up. If this story moved you, if you believe justice still matters, like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And if you know something, anything, that could help locate Travis Decker, contact the Chelan County Sheriff's Office or your nearest law enforcement agency. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe for more gripping true crime breakdowns, mysteries, and criminal psychology stories, only on Twisted Case.